Welcome to the Provisioning File Storage video demonstration. This demo shows how to create a NAS server, configure the sharing protocols and Ethernet ports to share file systems with a Windows host. First, we need to create a storage pool in the Unity system. The creation of a storage pool is very similar on both physical and virtual Unity systems, with some differences on how the storage tiers are selected. We are going to show how this operation would be done on a physical system first. From our Unisphere session to our physical Unity system, let's create a storage pool by selecting the Pools option under the Storage section. From the Pools page, let's click on the Add icon to open the Create Pool wizard. We are going to give a name and description for the pool and click Next. Then on the Tiers section, let's check the box of 2 tiers to build a mixed pool. The tiers are added with the RAID configuration. If desired, it is possible to change the RAID configuration for the added tier. Let's close the window without making any changes. Click Next. On the Disk section, we can choose the amount of disks that will be used from each tier. And that will give the total storage capacity of the pool. Click Next. Systems with vVols (VASA) licenses will present the option to configure a capability profile name to be used for the creation of vVol data stores. Let's skip this step at this moment. Click Next. We can then review the selections that were made for building the pool and go back if any changes should be done, or click Finish to start building the pool. The results page displays the status of the operation. Close the window. Now let's take a look at the creation of a storage pool on a virtual Unity system. The navigation is the same, however some of the wizard options are different. Observe that after the name and description page, it shows the virtual disk used by the system and the tiers that were assigned to them. This is a manual association performed by the user the first time a storage pool is created in the system. The Unity VSA deployment and initialization video demo explains this operation. Click Next. On the next screen, it is possible to select the storage tiers that will be used to build the pool. Click Next. And we are able to determine the capacity of the pool by determining the disk that will be used to create it. Observe that since this is a virtual Unity system, there is no RAID protection. The RAID protection is determined at the physical storage level, the underlying volumes that were provided to build the virtual disks. Click Next. The VMware Capability Profile name is a VMware object that allows the use of a storage pool for VMware vVols if the license is installed in the system. We are going to skip this step in this demonstration. Click Next. We can then review the selections that were made for building the pool and go back if any changes should be done, or click Finish to start building the pool. The results page displays the status of the operation. Close the window. To create a NAS server, we must select the File option under the Storage section. The main page of the File option is the File Systems page. This page will list all the file systems that were created and allow the user to view and change its properties or create a new one. Prior to creating any file systems, we need to create a NAS server that will provide host access to them using sharing protocols. Let's hit the Add icon to create a new NAS server. On the Create a NAS Server window, we are going to enter a server name, the pool that will be associated with the file systems, and the SP to use. You can balance the performance load on the storage system's SPs by choosing which NAS servers run on each SP. Then you must create an IP interface using one of the SP Ethernet ports. Enter the IP address, subnet mask, and the gateway to be configured. Optionally, configure the interface to be part of a VLAN. Click Next to continue. In our demonstration, we are going to configure Windows shares to be able to access the file systems from a Windows workstation. and we are going to join the SMB computer to the same Active Directory domain the Windows workstation belongs to. Click Next. In order to join the Active Directory, a DNS server must be configured for the NAS server, and the storage system must be configured to synchronize time with an NTP server. Click Next. It is also possible to configure replication of the NAS server. We are going to skip this configuration in this demonstration. Click Next. Review the NAS server configuration and click Finish to commit the changes. The results page displays the status of the operation. Close the window. The newly created NAS server is displayed in the list. By selecting the NAS server and hitting the Edit icon, we can review its properties and make changes if necessary. In our example, we are going to enable the NAS server to be accessed by Linux Unix hosts by checking the box Enable Linux Unix Shares NFS Server. By default, only NFS v3 support is enabled when NFS shares are created, and we can enable support for NFS v4 by checking this checkbox. Let's navigate to the Protection and Events tab. When we enable NDMP support, Unity systems can be configured as part of a three-way NDMP backup deployment, where it will act as an NDMP host which provides data services, data to be protected. With the NDMP operations model, data is backed up from the NDMP host to a backup device, tape drive, tape library unit, aka TLU, or a virtual TLU solution, connected to a remote NDMP host, another NAS device, providing tape services. Enabling ASA will allow VMware administrators to take advantage of advanced file operations that optimize NFS storage utilization, such as the creation of NFS data stores, compressing virtual machines in NFS data stores, and the use of full clones and fast clone technology.